You all haven't heard me say this in a while, but yeah, we're camping here tonight. And not right here, not right on the bank of the river, but Old Zeke's just right up on the hillside, just up these stone steps. I don't know, definitely not even 100 yards, maybe about 60 yards or so. And close enough to where it takes like probably not even a minute to walk down here. So it's close enough that, like I said, I'm gonna say we're camping here tonight. And what an amazing place to camp! What an amazing place just to sit here and chill and just take it all in. Here in the Adirondacks. Sporting a new hat there too. Lake Placid, Adirondacks. It says you can see that. Hats and T-shirts and stickers today. Only rode 102.3 miles, and it was an absolutely amazing ride. I'm going to say actually probably something else I haven't said in a while. My new favorite ride. It was just beautiful. I don't have words to express what a great place I think the Adirondacks are, and a lot of other people think so too, I'm sure. But yeah, man, we just starting out this morning. I stopped in Elizabethtown, not too far out from where we camped, and I ate breakfast at this place called the Arsenal Inn, and had a good breakfast and good coffee. Was in there for a little while, and then after I ate, my Uncle Cecil had called me a couple days ago, actually up there when I was in Lake Champlain, and left a voicemail. So I just sat out there on the steps for a little bit, and I called him back and talked to him and Aunt Glenna, and it was really good talking to the both of them. And what's really cool, they've recently celebrated their 65th wedding anniversary. So again, a happy belated anniversary to you guys, and just what a blessing and what a testament to love and just to God in you all's lives, that and everything I'm sure you've been through, ups and downs and all that, but again, you've made it work. And 65 years, I just kind of blows my mind. And then in the same token, cousin Sharon and Randy, they celebrated their 31st on the same day. I didn't realize they had the same anniversary, but I think that's really neat that they got married on the same day. So they just celebrated their 31st, which again is also a long time. A lot of folks don't make it. And just what a blessing. And happy belated anniversary to you guys as well. So yeah, it was good to talk to Uncle Cecil, of course. And Elizabethtown was a neat little town. And we rolled on from there, and we just started hitting some stuff. Got up closer to Lake Placid and started hitting the Olympic sites. I GoPro, well, you know what? I might have did it on my phone actually. Shot some footage there at the bobsled course, the old bobsled. I don't know that. Well, I guess I was standing on the track of the old one, but I'm going to say they've still got one, current one that they use that was actually, undercover, like, in the tunnels, which I didn't see that. I could just see the outside. So anyhow, that was a neat place, and I'm drawing a blank on what it was called. Something Mountain, started with an H. I should have double checked here before I started filming, but I forgot to do so. Then we went just right down the road and saw where they do the that long jumping, where you go down the steep slide and then you just go soaring, through the air for quite a ways. We saw that course. They had two big slides there, excuse me, and then they also had this old, looked like an old wooden one that they probably used, way back in the day. Who knows? Maybe even when they had the 1932 Olympics, they might have been using that one then. And then they had some slides, also some smaller ones over a pool, to where they practice, and so that was neat to see. Then we rolled on into Lake Placid, and just a beautiful little town. I went to the skating rink where the Americans smoked the Russians back in 1980. which I say that I honestly I don't know a lot about it except for what I've been told. And I know there was the movie Miracle on Ice, which I think I mentioned it the other day, which I still haven't seen. But God willing, that's something I'll definitely watch when I get back. Um, so from there, went out to Saranac Lake or Lake Saranac and sat around there for a little bit, and that was a beautiful little town. Talked to my Uncle David. It's the first time I've spoke to him since I've been gone. Actually, first time I've spoke to him in a while. Unfortunately, last time I spoke to him was at my Aunt Carolyn's funeral back in the spring. His older sister, and David is the younger out of my dad's siblings. He's the youngest. I'm not going to call him the baby. He's the youngest. But anyhow, it was great talking to you as well, Uncle Dave. God bless you all, and just love you guys, man. Let's see, what else? Okay, so from Lake Saranac, rode out to Whiteface Mountain, and the ride out there was just wonderful, just winding, twisting road. Beautiful. Again, the leaves are changing, and then going up the mountain was fun. You know what was cool about it too, compared to Mount Washington? Not nearly as steep, but still, just a winding road, just more, again, more graded, and just got some spectacular views. It was not socked in, just wide open. And just got some amazing views. And then took the elevator to the top. You get almost to the summit, and you can either hike to the top or you can take the elevator. And so I did take the elevator, but first you go through this long tunnel, like a cave really, and it's all wet inside and just dimly lit, and it leads back to the elevator shaft. And I went up the elevator with some women, and I mentioned this in the GoPro, so eventually when the GoPro stuff is put on, I'm kind of repeating some of the same thing, but I'm going to regardless. The gals were, one, Linda's from northern New York, and then Cindy is from Alabama, and as with Julie's from Alabama as well, but she lives out in Arizona now. And but she had went back to visit with the family there in Alabama, and then her and Cindy came up here to visit and sightsee with their friend Linda, who they had met in Ireland, I guess, on another trip. So that's neat that they kept in contact, and again are out now, seeing the country together. That's pretty neat. So yeah, but just really nice women, and just good to meet you guys. Really good talking to you. And let's see. So then from the summit, I instead of taking the elevator back down, I did take the hike back down to the castle, they call it, this old stone building, and where the gift shop is, and bought some more stickers, and then hopped on old Zeke and rode down off the mountain. And so tonight we're camping at a place that I saw on the way out. It's off of it's called River Road, for good reason, and few miles off of Route 3, and again, this is state land. That was like I said, state land we camped on last night, and this is state land. And I had seen it. I pulled off and I checked it out when we were on the way up to the mountain, and thought this would be a good place to hit on the way back if I didn't find something else, and I didn't. And even if I did, it could not be better than this. This is clearly amazing. So yeah, let's see, what else? Okay, and then as far as people in town today, there's a lot of construction in Lake Placid. And I was stopped at a stoplight due to the construction, just waiting. And I heard a guy from above ask me what kind of bike that is. And I looked up, and there on this building they're working on, it was open. It was like framed up there, but it was open, so they were essentially kind of like standing on a balcony, so to speak, before they close it in. But anyhow, and talking to him, and then his buddy, co-worker, came up, kind of behind him there out of a window, and spoke to him as well. Just talked bikes and the trip and all that. And their names were Troy and Ralph. And good to meet and talk to you guys as well. Then I talked to a guy on a big, what was he on? a Kawasaki, a big, beautiful blue Kawasaki. Looked a lot like, the Harleys, kind of a cruiser, I guess. And he and I were like at that same stoplight together when I went to pull out. So we actually chatted there for, a few minutes before we got to roll on. But I didn't, exchange names or anything with him. But he was a really nice guy. And it was good talking to you too, brother. Um, Talked to Lori earlier when I was sitting there at the Arsenal Inn before I talked to my Uncle Cecil, or after. I think it was before, but good talking to my woman. I love her and I miss her, man. I don't know if I'd call it homesick, but I don't know if I'd call it homesick. I mean, I kind of ache to be home, but in the same token, there's a part of me that I can't imagine being home, and the element of this seems like this is life now, and just the riding, the adventure, the camping, and it's kind of can't hardly wrap my mind around being home and sleeping in my bed, and just the normal, the routine and all that. It's so foreign at the moment, but I certainly do look forward to it and anticipate it. That said, still planning on being home, God willing, next week. But I had kind of a, what is it, epiphany? Yeah, epiphany. It kind of cracks Lori up. I say it wrong sometimes. But anyhow, I had one of those yesterday evening, and I thought about the Shenandoah Mountains in Virginia and Shenandoah National Park. That is an area that I just absolutely love. And on the Appalachian Trail, that was one of my favorite parts. I mentioned earlier, Virginia and Maine were my two favorite places. And I don't know, I GPS'd it, and it's only like 548 miles or something like that down there. And it's very tempting. I'm going to just pray about it and think about it. And I mean, I don't have to decide tonight, but I don't know. We'll see. It's very tempting, and it's a good possibility. There's really no good reason, not to. I was going to do like the Finger Lakes and again over in the Alleghenies in Pennsylvania before I started rolling home. But I just really kind of like the idea, which, would be cool too, of course. But I do like the idea of going down to the Shenandoahs and seeing that again before I go, and a little bit more Appalachian Trail down there too. So we'll see. God knows, and whatever I decide, it's all good. It seemed like I just thought of something while I was saying that. Oh, I was thinking about mileage. Yeah, 21,000 miles we hit this morning. Hit that pretty early on. We was almost there yesterday evening when we stopped riding, and I didn't notice exactly when. But 21,000 blessed, amazing miles, and I just so thank the Lord. That, and there was something else again that I'm drawing a blank on it. The mileage, I don't remember. Something about today. I forget, and no need to keep running this as trying to think about it. So I'm going to shut it down. It's a blessed day in the Adirondacks. I love this place. It's my new favorite place. So God bless y'all, and good night. Thanks for watching.